Welcome to Kingdom Forward Millionaire, where faith meets financial wisdom rooted in biblical truth and timeless principles. My name is Donald Sasaki, and today we are diving into a topic which sparks debates in churches, boardrooms, and dinner table. What is God's view on wealth? Throughout history, wealth has shaped nations, built empires, and even divided people. From King Solomon, unmatched riches, to the parable of Jesus, the Bible has a lot to say about wealth. But here's the catch. God's perspective on wealth is different and radically different from what the world is telling us. So it's not about how much you have, it's more about how do you steward it. In this episode, we are going to explore about biblical heroes like Abraham, which has blessed abundantly. We'll even look into history examples like faith-led, wealth-shaped societies, different entrepreneurs and businessmen, and as well like people today. History also gave us incredible example about Christian business leaders. One of them was RG LeTourneau, which is often called God's businessman. LeTourneau was a pioneering inventor and entrepreneur in the construction and earth-moving equipment industry. He built a massive business empire, but never saw wealth as his master. Instead of commit to him to keep all the money for himself, he gave away 90% of his wealth to missions, to support kingdom works, to support charities, to support Christian education, and only kept 10% for himself. The $25 million that LeTourneau has sold his company in 1953 is today worth $275 million. And this is the catch, like, he was very famous, but he sold his company for that worth and gave like God 90% of that wealth and only keep 10%, which he said like God has a bigger shovel and shovel the money back. So with that, he improved and gave the community and make a huge impact in the Christian community. But this is very important. It doesn't mean that everyone should give away his money just like that, but it's more about how do you use your money, your wealth for the kingdom? How can I make an impact for the eternity? Whether that's supporting mission, creating jobs, or even investing in community, or simply being a good steward, the goal is to leverage wealth to do good and making lasting difference. Jesus said in Matthew 6:24, "No one serve two masters. Either you hate one or you love the other, or you will be devoted to one and despise the other." So you cannot serve these two masters, God and money. This verse isn't saying that having money is wrong. It's about neutral, it's about how you relate money, right? So it can drive you to different decisions, consume thoughts, and dictate your actions. If you love money and money take over your heart, use money as a tool rather than an idol. And this is the example LeTourneau gave us with his business empire he did. Despite immense wealth, and he had nearly $287 million, today he funded a lot of communities, Christian schools, and different things which impact the kingdom of God. So LeTourneau shows us serving God with wealth doesn't mean like rejecting entirely, but it means that how can I use it for the Lord? It's not about keeping everything for you, because we are just managing it. So Jesus' words remind us that we can only serve the true master if we use God as a tool which we're using for him. So how can I use what I have been given to serve him? By him I mean Jesus, by him I mean God. Jesus' words remind us that we can only have one true master, and when we choose God, wealth becomes a powerful tool for his work and not an obstacle. Let's be honest here, our society has completely corrupted the concept of wealth. From our commercials to social media, the message is clear. Money is about you, it's about your dreams, it's about your comfort, it's about your status. Society tells us that wealth is the key to happiness, success, and even to self-worth. I bought into that lie like many years ago, like early in my career. I was chasing financial success, big deals, you name it. I had sleepless nights and trying to get the bag. But what is worth having the bag to be just a consumer and not a visionary? So I stepped back and asked myself, what is the purpose of wealth? That have everything, and that changed everything in my life. I have realized that money wasn't just for me, it was a tool to make an impact. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still making money. I'm still love treating myself, enjoying, going on holidays, whatever. But I'm not someone who's going to tell you to give everything away and live like a beggar. That's not the point. The point is to understand the purpose behind why you have this money. Why is God giving you this wealth? So for me, it's about using wealth to support families in need, to invest into my community, to try to do an impact for God on earth. So the joy and fulfillment which is coming out for these actions I have made, it's really different and bigger than any money in this world. So let's enjoy the blessing of wealth, but don't let's stop it there. When you use what you have been given to glorify God, and you need to discover the deeper sense of the purpose, and that change everything in your life. So let's not use money just to consume. Let's use money, let's use wealth to build His kingdom and make an impact in this world. So how can we make sure that wealth remains a tool and not an idol? So here's some key principle. Number one, stewardship over ownership. Remember in Psalm 24 verse 1, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. Everything we have belongs to God and we are just managers. Number two, generosity breaks greed. So in Proverbs 11:25 says, a generous person will always prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. When you give, you shift the focus from yourself. Number three is align your goals with God's purpose. Ask yourself, how can I use my wealth to serve God and bless others? It can be investing in your community, or supporting missions, or creating opportunities, or even creating jobs for others, which align your finances with eternal goals. Jesus wasn't against wealth, He was against wealth owning us. So when we let money take God's place in our heart, we lose sight of what truly matters. But when we see wealth as a tool, we unlock potential to do amazing things, to bless others, to heal, and to glorify God. So when you go this week in your rooms, think about it. Like, what am I financially doing? Am I serving God with my money, or is my money serving myself? So if you find this helpful, just share with a brother, share with a friend, and tell him, let's redefine wealth from an eternal perspective. Yes, and see you next week. God bless you.